All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Whitetail Survival. Tonight, I wanted to go over a survival kit I picked up. This is from clubtac.com, and this is their Paracord survival grenade. So, as you can see here, it's a pretty nice little box, easy to open. There's just a little bit of information about the company on here, and right there. Other than that, I just knocked the plastic out of this thing, so it was right here. But other than that, let's open this thing. And there is nothing in the box except for this Paracord grenade and this little Club Tac card. It tells you what's in it. If you look here, so there's a good amount of stuff in it for how small this thing is. So let me take this out here and I'll show you. So, it's about the size of a baseball, I would say, with a little bit extra. So I'll just get a good look at it. There's a lot of paracord on this. Right from the outside, I can see a ferrocerium rod. Right here is a liquid-filled button compass and a carabiner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unwrap this thing. We're going to get a general idea of how much cordage is in here. And but to do that, I'm going to speed this up. And I will let you know how long this actually takes me to do here in a minute, all right? So let's speed it up. All right, now that that's all wrapped up, right here with this hank of cord, I ended up with exactly 30 feet of the green. And to get this ball out, it took right between 3 to 4 minutes to get the ball out. And then you would have 30 foot of paracord here. And then the cobra weaved part of the top of the grenade that came off separately. This gray colored paracord, we had 12 feet in this little section. And this little part came apart separate. This was the king cobra weave that was over top of the cobra weave. There's 38 inches here. And then this piece that was both colors and is melted together. This section here is 5 foot 8 inches. So there is a lot of paracord here, to say 30, 42 feet, 46 feet. There's probably 50 feet of paracord here at least. So that's a lot of cordage. Plus you can count the inner strands. And this is just standard paracord. It's not fire cord or survivor cord or anything like that. But I would rather have a lot of cordage. This is super important. So I'm going to set this aside and we'll get into the actual kit. While I was taking this apart, the ferrocerium rod came out. And as you can see, it's a thick one, but it's not real long. It's about exactly an inch. And there's 2 holes drilled in here. And that was where the cordage went through. So here you have one source of fire. And another thing that came off here was this button compass. And that is liquid filled. And this one seems like it's a fairly decent quality. And it has a hole for a watch strap. And then also at the same time, this came off here. So a little keychain ring. Now, as you can see, we just have a round ball, and this thing is taped. So we're gonna have to find that. And I found the tape is clear, so I would recommend using not such a clear tape on this ball. But once you open this thing, you're probably not going to get it rewrapped back up the way it was. So here, I don't think this is counted as an item or not, but here is a long piece of clear tape. I'm just going to set that aside. And then here, the ball comes apart. I already lost one thing, and that would be a lead sinker. And it looks like another piece of the kit came out, and it's hooked to something. So you can see there, there's something on there that's making a magnet. So this little swivel here, it's magnetized to the side of it from something. So far we have one sinker and one swivel. Might as well hit the fishing stuff that I can see first. Here's 2 foam floats. And I'm seeing, this is just a regular cotton ball. I can see 2 safety pins here, and these are a large size. They're like 1 3/4 inches. They're pretty big. And inside of this little baggie, this looks like a fire starter. So it's like jute twine it's pre-frayed. So you can just hit that with a spark and it will start a fire. Coming off from there, we have a sheet of aluminum foil. Let's open this up. It's not real big, but it might be enough to make a small cup or cook something in. And it's 7 by 7, so 7 inches by 7 inches. Bring that out here. That's 7 by 7. So it's not huge, but it's not tiny. It's a usable piece at least. And surprisingly enough, here is 2 water purification tablets, which is neat to see. But we'll see if there is anything but this tin foil to hold water in. From here we have a alcohol prep pad. This can be used for cleaning a wound or to start a fire. That thing will light extremely easy with a spark. And here we have some snare wire. And it's looking like, you know, these are 2 by 1. So there's a good few layers on here. So there's 15 layers. 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, I just lost my mind a little bit. 6 layers, or 6 inches by 15. What am I thinking? So that would be 90 inches there, if I'm doing my math right. I just lost my mind for a minute. Normally that would be a pretty easy math to do right there, but that'd be about 90 inches. So let's go from there. Here is 2 hooks that have line on them. They're 2 different sizes. One's a little bigger than the other. And they already are tied and have a line. So I'm going to put this stuff inside of here when I'm done. So our floats and everything. And here we have another hank of fishing line. And there's a lot more here. So that's a lot better to see. And this looks like a little shrimp bait. And it's just a soft plastic, but you should be able to catch a lot of fish with this. Doesn't matter. You know, panfish will eat just about anything. So if this is floating by them, they might give them a bite. Here we have, let's open this thing up. I'll go get a measure on it while I got it. So it's about 28 inches of rubber tubing. And you could use this to get water out of a tight area. If you be creative, there's a lot of stuff you could do with this. Maybe use it to make a slingshot. Creativity is super important. So let's go into here. Is a carabiner, and you could have used this with the braided portion of this, the cobra weaved portion, to turn that into a bracelet or just to hang it off you. You know, honestly, it doesn't feel like it's too bad of quality. There's not a lot here that can fail, and it's pretty strong. I don't feel like this is going to break. I can torque it pretty hard there and not move it, so. And here we have 3. See if I can open these from the right side here. So these are scalpel blades. So that gives us something we can fashion a cutting tool out of, and there's actually 2 of them here. And here we have your regular run-of-the-mill wire saw. Here we have a sail needle. And I don't see any thread in here, but what I do see is enough paracord or the fishing line. The inner strands of this paracord could be used to sew with, or the fishing line could be used to sew with. And there is plenty of paracord here that it could be used to sew with the inner strands. And left inside, we have one more snap swivel. So that gives us 2 swivels and 2 sinkers in total. And then we have this little paracord whistle, which also could have been put onto the paracord. You just pull this out, and they're in there pretty good, but you pull this out, you put your cord through here, you stick your cord in here, and you snap this back in, and it pinches the cord in there and holds the whistle in. But make yourself a little lanyard out of some of that, or put it all together. But while I have this out, let's take it out and give it a blow. So here's this tiny little paracord whistle. I'm going to blow this thing real quick. So you don't have to blow on this thing real hard to make a really loud whistle. So it whistles real loud. You just blow on it lightly, and that makes a loud noise, plenty enough for somebody to hear. So other than that, here is the last thing in here. And this, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, never mind. I know exactly what this is. This glows in the dark. So if I charge this thing up some, get some light on it, and then I'll shut this down. And as you can see, even though it is really bright down here, that glows in the dark. So you could stick this around your camp, or if you're moving to somewhere, you could stick it on something so that you can see it in the dark. Put it up high. Stick it on a tree, or stick it on the rest of your kit, or stick it on whatever else you have with you so that you can see it. So that's a pretty neat thing. It's just basically a sticker. It looks like it's on vinyl. So other than that, this is the clubtack.com. Paracord grenade survival kit. And there's a couple other companies that make a kit like this. They vary in price, anywhere from $20 the whole way up to as high as you could think. Some of them have Victorinox Swiss Classic SDs in them. Some of them just have generic multi-tools, but I thought this one was pretty neat, so I figured I would show everybody. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. And I hope to see you on the next one.